Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, another episode of 10 years ago. I am your host, I am Mark P, and trust me, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mark, you hate the King of the Ring, you're going to hate this show. I know. We've got a lot to talk about before we even get close to the pay-per-view of this one. So much happened in between Judgment Day and King of the Ring that it'd be criminal to not go through it. And trust me now, I'm serious here. This might take a while because there's a lot of stuff to get to. Now, the big thing, of course, it would be wrong. Excuse me. It'd be wrong to say, to not start with, that is that Austin departed the WWE in the time it's taken between these two pay-per-views. Austin had been pissed off with the writers for a long time, and basically he was asked to lose a King of the Ring qualifying match to Brock Lesnar. And that was the absolute last straw for him. And you can understand why. It's not that he didn't want to lose to Lesnar. It's just, if you've got Austin, one of the most popular and biggest wrestlers, of the recent times, going against Brock Lesnar, who's been in the company for 2 months, but is obviously on a mission. And Austin's thinking was this match should be on pay-per-view. You don't mind losing to him, but put it on pay-per-view so you can make some money off it. And that was the last straw for him. And, he was hurting and his neck was all fucked up and all that. I don't agree with the way that he did it. I really don't. I think he really did basically this to the whole locker room and to the company who made him, the star that he was. Obviously, he was successful in ECW and WCW, but yeah, we wouldn't see Austin again on TV for a long time. And WWE seemed to go into preservation mode. So they had JR go on Confidential, for example, and slate him to pieces. Vince did it. The Rock came back. Rock hadn't been seen since before Backlash. And Rock cuts this promo. So I've got to say, I'm giving the shortest possible version for that. I could probably talk about why Austin left and what was bothering him for half an hour. You think back to the way that he no-showed the Raw after WrestleMania, for example. You could tell he'd been pissed off for quite some time. And the thing with the Austin character is it wasn't going anywhere. They were just recycling the same stuff, were they not? He'd done the stuff with Ric Flair. He specifically asked if he could work with Eddie Guerrero so that he could do something else. Anyway, the point is that the other thing I was going to say is that Rock comes out on Raw and he cuts this impassioned promo where he says, Austin may take his ball home. Make me leave and take his ball home. But to The Rock, this is home. And the crowd went mental and it gave you goosebumps down your spine. And then you got across your arm, And then you sat there thinking to yourself, that's just a little bit hypocritical, isn't it? Because you've been gone for months doing your bloody movie, and you come back for 10 minutes and then you fuck off again. But hey, the backlash of that will come at SummerSlam, don't worry about that. Winner of the King of the Ring gets a title shot at SummerSlam. Don't recall them ever doing that one before. Oh no, they did it with Mabel, didn't they? May have done it with a couple of others, but in recent times, like Edge didn't get a title shot at SummerSlam, for example. This was the last ever King of the Ring pay-per-view. You've got to love on the build-up, right? They show the build-up package of various King of the Rings. 95, 98, and 99 are all missing from the celebration packages. That makes me laugh. Some guy called Chris Benoit returned to very, very little fanfare, looking pretty much exactly the same as he did before, displaying, oh my god, Chris, I understand you had a broken neck, you had neck fusion surgery, I understand that, but bear in mind that you were out for a year. Could you have not got some acting lessons in that time and just learn how to cut a better promo? Anyway, on the same night that Austin quit, we got a hot-shotted to-hell match between Ric Flair and Vince McMahon for the ownership of the company. They felt they had to do something to make people tune in, and that's what they decided. And it was freaking awful, Vince McMahon becoming the sole, he essentially becomes the owner of the company again. And lastly, by God, I've got through that a lot faster than I was expecting to. And lastly, the reason I haven't spoken more about Austin, by the way, is that there's vids out there, I'm sure, talking about it all, and there's plenty of stuff on the internet to find out about it. If you want to go and look, go Google it, for God's sake. Why did Austin leave? I'm just trying to get through as fast as I can. The last thing was the one that I was the most excited about. I mean, granted, I was happy when Rock came back, but some guy called Shawn Michaels trotted out in the NWO colours, essentially as a heel, just in a managerial role. He's not going to be coming back He's not going to be a wrestler again. He did do one wrestling move where he booted Booker T out of the NWO with a super kick, which was highly entertaining, but that's all he is. And he's not going to have a match. Oh, no. He's definitely not. So look, we got through it in how long? How long since I can't see. I don't know where I'm looking. Let's get to the show. So, opening contest was RVD defeating Chris Jericho. Okay match to advance to the King of the Ring finals. On paper, this one looked like it could have been good, but Jericho is Mr. Inconsistency. One good pay-per-view, one bad one. You know, this is a fact from the time. And he'd had that Hell in a Cell match last month, hadn't he? RVD, I have no time for whatsoever. The timing issues in this match. The crowd didn't really seem to give it to it, and this was the night where Jericho went online after the show and started ranting, saying that he could put on 5-star matches and we wouldn't be happy. You know, the IWC is so on him that, you know, even if he put on the greatest match of the night, we'd still take the piss out of him. We're bad people, really. Even 10 years ago, the IWC were not bad to him. Anyway, let's skip to the end as the match picks up as Jericho hits the Lion Salt. That gets 2. Has anyone ever been pinned off the Lion Salt? Just a thought. Just a little thought. Walls of Jericho. RVD goes to the ropes. Head up top. Jericho gets knocked off and a 5-star frog splash. Get the win for RVD. Jerry the King Lawler tries to interview Van Dam, but Jericho attacks him with a chair. It's a 2-star match. It's one of the better matches of the show. That's a fact. That's a worry. In the other King of the Ring qualifying, Brock Lesnar defeated Test to advance in the King of the Ring finals. Okay match. 2 heels in this one, and Goldberg chants for Lesnar, proving it's not just that Ryback guy who gets them. You know, 10 years ago, Goldberg chants were ringing out loud. This match was so much better than I was expecting, and I tell you what made this match really good for me, and that was Test. And it wasn't just Test, it was the crowd believing in Test. The crowd got behind Test twice, right? First one is he hits a ridiculous big boo, right? No, sorry, I'm getting my moves confused, wrong around. Pump handle slam, yeah, gets a very believable, very close near fall, yeah? And then a big boo is the same. Yeah, the crowd really think that's the win, but it's not, as Heyman distracts Test easily, enabling, Brock to hit the F5 for the win. But it was good. It was a 1.5-star, but it was too short, is what I'll say. Next, Jamie Noble defeating the Hurricane in an okay match to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, this one, I used to keep a diary at this time, and I remember writing that how much I enjoyed this match. It turns out I was quite wrong. This one comes about because Hurricane's been champion for a while, the Cruiserweight champion, and he keeps getting these notes backstage when he's, you know, in his Gregory Helms persona. He keeps getting these notes. Notes. And the final one says, if you want to find me, I'm in the locker room. And he goes into the locker room to find Nydia there. Now, it's explained in this segment that Nydia is his ex-girlfriend. And basically, next thing you know, he's getting attacked, Hurricane is, by some random guy who Nydia announces, this is my boyfriend, Jamie Noble. And Nydia is going through this story. And bearing in mind that she was the Tough Enough winner from 2001. She's got this character now where violence turns her on. Can't go wrong with attitude, can you? That's as simple as that. So, this was from the time where, after the brand extension, all the cruiserweights were put on SmackDown, yeah? And they did this campaign where they tried to make the cruiserweights mean something. They're exclusive to SmackDown. You're going to see the best action anywhere in the cruiserweight division. The thing is, I actually believed it at the time, but looking back, you're just like, oh, I was such a naive little boy, wasn't I? Because the thing about the WWE and their cruiserweight division, and this will always be the case, they're trying to bring back cruiserweight division now. This is what I've heard, yeah? But the thing is, the cruiserweight matches in WWE are just a normal, standard punch-kick WWE match, just a bit faster, aren't they? They're not like the Lucha Libre matches or the cruiserweight matches we used to see on Nitro. No. Anyway, crowd are really not into it. Well, actually, no, I tell you why. It's not that they're not into it, it's just they don't give a fuck about Noble and size. Anything Hurricane does gets a decent reaction, but, you know, that's about it, really. Let's have a look. At the end, Hurricane suplexes Noble to the outside and hits a cross body to the outside. They go up top, but Helms hits a super neck breaker, which is a really, really nice move. When he covers, Nydia distracts the referee. Noble, however, runs into it, but eats a chokeslam forward 2. Helms goes up again, but gets crotched and powerbombed for a win, for a very anticlimactic finish. And what I mean by that is, let's think about this. In the build-up to this one, yeah, I didn't mention this a moment ago, but I will now. In the build-up, yeah, Nydia and Noble had attacked Hurricane after a match, and they'd taken his mask off. So let's get this right. This guy, you know, a stalker ex-girlfriend, brings in random new boyfriend, Yeah, they attack him some more, and then steal his mask, and then on the big show, he loses his championship. Hurricane comes away from this one looking like a fucking loser. Shut up! You haven't missed this, have you? Oh yeah, you have, haven't you? It's fire engine. 2 seconds. From your own time. 5-star entertainment here with Mark Peevids. Oh yeah. Next, Ric Flair defeating Eddie Guerrero in the match of the night, believe it or not. Ric Flair had lost the match to Vince McMahon, like I told you. So he was an active wrestler again. He wasn't a GM, he wasn't anything. Wasn't a GM, anything like that. He was an active wrestler. He came out, he cut us promo saying about what happened, lost to Vince. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit interrupt this promo. Flair challenges the match, and he accepts, and that's the reason you've got a match. Eddie had been feuding with Austin, as I mentioned at the top of the vid. Yeah, and you've got to feel for Eddie. You've got to think, for me anyway, yeah, this was a step down for Eddie Guerrero. I mean, this feud was utterly pointless and didn't achieve anything for either man, really, did it? So, after some nice back and forth, Eddie starts to work the knee. Really nice stuff. He posts him, puts a figure 4 on. Eddie then works the neck, which is a bit weird. Goes for a frog splash, but that misses. Flair goes to work on the knee until Chris Benoit comes out. They go through a pin sequence, which just looks awful. Probably loses half a star for the match, to be honest. Everything that, you know what a pinning reversal sequence is. Pin, 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 pin. Every single one that Flair does just looks shite. Really bad. Most of the time he's out of position. Eddie has to help him over a couple of times, which just looks, it makes you go, oh, dude. And then you think that he's still wrestling 10 years later. You're like, oh, dude, really? Crowd completely die off that as well, the pinning sequence, which is unusual, because that's the type of spot, the sequence that normally gets people into it, doesn't it? Tornado DT gets 2 for Eddie. Benoit pulls Flair to the outside, puts a crossface on him on the outside, but then Bubba Ray Dudley comes out through the crowd, he hits a Bubba bomb on Eddie. Flair comes in and just literally covers him for the one, and you're just like, oh god, another awful finish on a show that feels full of awful finishes. There's another one, and I don't see the point in Flair winning. I mean, what does it achieve? What's it achieve for Flair to win? I just don't get it. Yeah, Flair looks shit in this one, it must be said. 2 1/4 match, all carried by Eddie. Next, Molly Holly defeating Trish Stratus. Okay match to win the Women's Championship. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. This match is alright. It's a maybe 1.5 star match, yeah. It could even be 2 stars, because when I went to say 1 star, but then I thought about it. I was like, but it's so much better than the shit we get in WWE today when it concerns the women. What bothers me about this, yeah, I'm going to go for 1.5 stars. How's that sound? The thing that bothers me about this is, my god, the King. I mean, you've heard before the things that King does. We didn't even mention it. Like, you know, he shut the fuck up. You know, sort of thing. But all he does is rip on Molly for being fat and having a big arse. And you're just like, really? That's the storyline they're going with Molly? That's what they're doing? That's what they're going with? They're going with that Molly Holly is a good wrestler, but is a virgin and has a big bottom. Jesus, you'd think she should be, she shouldn't be a heel, basically. If she is big or curvy, which she isn't really, play it up. You know, how many women in the real world look like a fucking WWE diva? More women in their world of ours look like Molly Holly than they'll ever dream of looking like someone like Trish Stratus, won't they? If they are a bigger girl, and if they are, so what? You know? Maybe it's just because I don't have a problem with a bigger girl, but I don't know. Anyway, in another shit finish, reverses a roll-up, holds onto the tights to get the win, for fuck's sake. Next, and this is the one, I've spoken to a lot of people on Facebook about this in the last couple of days, saying that I was watching this show, and they were like, there's only one thing I can really remember about that show, and that's Hulk Hogan tapping out. Next match is that one, Kurt Angle defeating Hulk Hogan in a meh match. God damn. Angle had been wearing a wig since he lost to Edge in a hair versus hair match at Judgment Day, so this one was various people on house shows and unmasked him, but everyone was unwigged him. You know, we were expecting him to take off the wig, and Hogan in the build-up did that on SmackDown, you know. Hogan was meant to be wrestling Vince on SmackDown. He'd done this thing where he'd been talking about retiring. He was attacked by Angle. There's your set off the match, and away we go. The thing about this match is, god damn, it's so boring, this match is. I mean, so dull. refereeing for you gotta love the referee, watching a low blow happen in front of him, just going, you can't do that, not disqualifying. WCW-esque refereeing, me thinks there. Anyway, I'm off on boring match. Angle Slammer gets 2 as Hulk hulks up, hits the big boot, but instead of going for the leg drop like you normally would, like a complete goon, he tries to take off the wig. What the fucking do? Angle is incensed by this and goes on, gets outside, gets a chair, comes charging into the ring, goes to hit the chair, bounces off the ropes and hits himself in the face. Fantastic. So then Hogan hits the boot again, but when he goes for the leg lock, it's turned into the ankle lock. And this is the only part of the match where the crowd are actually into this one. As 3 times Hogan gets the ropes and 3 times Angle pulls him back in. And the crowd noise is getting more and more and more and more each time. But then Hogan does the right thing, I suppose, and taps out. You've got to give him all the credit in the world, I suppose, for tapping out. The first time in his career that he'd ever tapped out. Problem is, the match is freaking shite. It's so boring. So boring. And what are you feeling at this point is, right, come on, we've seen Hogan now every pay-per-view since No Way Out, and he's starting to really, the nostalgia thing has gone now. It's completely gone. I don't want to see Hulk Hogan in the WWE for a couple of months, please. Oh no, we're going to get him in a couple of weeks' time winning the tag titles. Oh yeah! Next, in a thing that I could tell you all about, but you have to go and look, I'll put a link down here for it. Brock Goldust Booker T segment. So funny. Go watch it. Trust me, it's very, 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 very funny. I can't put it into words. I could try and do impressions, but it would just suck balls, alright? 2 matches to go. As Brock Lesnar defeating RVD in a match to win the King of the Ring. Not really much to say. This one lasts 5 minutes. When RVD gets some offense in, it looks alright, but most of the time it's just Lesnar battering him. Well, pretty crowded dead. Brock misses a charge. Rob hits his usual moves, the Rolling Thunder, goes to the Frog Splash. Heyman distracts him with the, oh god, what does that say? We haven't done this one for a while. Heyman distracts him with the ropes. Okay. Oh, right, yes, I remember now. I had to have a good long thing. Heyman hits a jawbreaker on him with the ropes. He falls down, but he falls on top of Brock, where he just done the frog splash, Anyway, he gets up, he does a moonsault. Brock catches him in midair, hits the F5, 1, 2, 3. King of the Ring have 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Aren't we lucky? And the thing with Brock is, at this point, I think he looked too vulnerable. I think most of his matches, people have got too much offense in. He didn't look like a monster, and I tell you something, his mannerism, I said this last time, didn't I? His mannerisms just aren't there yet. Not yet. No. And then Triple H runs in the back, runs into Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, Kevin Nash, and the Big Slow, aka the NWO, in their only appearance on this show. Shawn Michaels just come back, and this is his only thing that you see him. The only thing. Easy payday for Shawn Michaels there. What you're going to do is you're going to get your pay-per-view bonus by coming on this show and talking for 2 minutes, if that. I wish I could do that. That's easy money, man. Anyway. Yeah, they say that if they need him, just make the NWO sign and they'll come out. So then in the main event, the final wasn't last match, the final. My God, The Undertaker defeating Triple H to retain the WWE Undisputed Championship in an utterly crap match. Triple H has defeated Hulk Hogan to become the number 1 contender. Paul Heyman joins us on commentary, which I suppose is a bonus. 3 men on commentary. He comes out, he does say he's doing the commentary because Lesnar is next in line. Now that Lesnar's the King of the Ring, he's the next in line to whoever is the champion. But my thinking is that there's vengeance before SummerSlam, so he's not next in line, not yet, because someone will get a title shot before that. I don't care. Anyway, God, knowing what we can do about these two, we've seen 3 amazing WrestleMania matches between them, have we not? Fuck me, this match is so boring. All it is punches. Punch, but there's no wrestling. None at all. Do you know something? This match goes 23 minutes. And I swear to God, I swear on my life, you can skip easily 15 minutes of that. Not a problem. You won't miss anything. Let's skip roughly 15 minutes. When the ref gets bumped, what a surprise. The Rock's music hits and he comes out to a big pop, but he's only here to do commentary. Gets rid of Heyman, basically. Taker and Hunter lie around for what feels like an eternity until until they brawl on the outside where Rock, oh my god, what a shocker, gets accidentally involved. Rock gets pissed off, gets a chair, goes to hit Taker with it, but hits Triple H. What a surprise! Triple H is bust open with a blade on screen. Thank you very much for that one, Hunter. Amateur. Last ride, but there's no referee. Nick Patrick comes out and he gets 2, and then Undertaker's pissed off, so he takes out the ref. Well done. Rock bottom on Taker. Both men and the referee are down. Rock goes to the top of the ramp. Triple H finally, after taking this is the thing about this match, it feels like everything takes forever. Rolls over, cover, 1, 2, no! God damn it. Pedigree, no referee. Idiot. Low blow by Taker and a roll up of all things. God damn, a roll up gets the win. Damn. When I did my PCW vid and I mentioned how I really didn't like T-Bone winning the main event and retaining the championship with a roll up, it's the same thing. It just looks so cheap. It just looks so bad. A show full of awful finishes that could have been saved by its main event, because we've got a whole bunch of very average matches, haven't we? It could have bumped its rating up to about a 4 or a 5 with this one. If it had been, or a 4, a 5 is a bit pushing it, isn't it? But come on, if this match had been good, it would have been, yeah, it could have bumped it up. But it was a bad match with an awful finish, and you know, even though it had my boy The Rock in it, sorry folks, this one's a dud. It's just not worth it watching, which is a thing for the show, a theme for the show, right? There is nothing, if you didn't watch this show, you don't miss anything. People, I talked about this before, on Facebook, the one thing that came up over and over again is how much people remembering Hogan tapping out. Yeah, because that was a shock. Hogan's never tapped out before. If that's the shocking, yeah, that's the thing that people remember. Thing is, the rest of the card, everyone's forgotten because it's so bad. Yeah, highest rated match, 2.25 stars, and it's got Ric fucking Flair in it, for God's sake. And you know, that to me says it all. Avoid this show like the proverbial plague. 2 out of 10 from Mark P. I would love to know what you thought of this show down below, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I've been Mark P. Next out, Vengeance 2002, Rock, Angle, and Undertaker main event. I've got it on vid. It can't have been that bad. I actually bought the video of it, but I haven't watched it in at least 5 years. Something like that. I've been Mark P. Thank you very much for watching, and good night!